Hi guys, Bradley from B-Rad TV here, and today I'm just going to talk about ups and downs in life. Now last October I did my Stoptober video. It's on my channel, 31 days with no alcohol, no junk food and no caffeine, that was it. And I felt incredible, mentally, physically, everything. I can't remember the last time I felt that great. And then after that I made a few changes in my life. I made some decisions that over the past few months I haven't reacted well to. It hasn't gone well for me. So I've been doing the opposite of no alcohol, no caffeine and no fast food. And as soon as I started getting back into bad habits, I could tell straight away it wasn't good for me. It didn't feel right. I didn't want to get out of bed. I stopped working out. I generally felt horrible. My skin felt bad. My body felt horrible. I was aching. And I sort of realised I felt sad, I felt lonely, all sorts of bad things. Not as bad as I was a couple of years ago, but still not good. And I sort of nipped it in the bud about a week ago. By nip it in the bud, I didn't just flick a switch and suddenly I felt incredible. But I realised that what I'd been through before in my life wasn't pleasant, and I was in a really bad way, and I was nowhere near that bad. And not only that, but I got through the really bad times and felt better than I'd ever felt. So even if I felt rubbish, I know that there is happiness and contentment and well-being out there to be had, that you can have even after you've had the worst time in your life. So it doesn't matter how horrible I felt, I knew that I could feel good again at some point. Before, I didn't have that. During my really bad time, I didn't have that light at the end of the tunnel. It didn't exist. There was nothing to look for and aim for. But now I've been through that really trying time, I can use that now as a beacon of hope for me to know that things can get better again in my life and I can feel incredible. And maybe this video can be a light at the end of the tunnel for you, something to aim for and think of, to know that happiness is out there and is a possibility. If you're feeling the worst you've ever felt, there's nothing in your life that's ever affected you like this, and you're feeling horrible and low and depressed, anything, you've never been so low. So you don't have like any sort of memories or experiences or anything to measure what comes afterwards. You don't know what comes next, so of course you're thinking there's no hope. And that's what I thought. Like, I managed to get out of it, and now in a slightly getting unhappy sort of time, things have gone quite wrong. I know that I can be happy again, and I can work and I can feel good. So thinking of this a week ago, nipping this misery in the bud, even though haven't nipped it in the bud, I'm still feeling a little bit unhappy, but there's things I've done that I'm feeling a lot better with myself. I didn't have a gym to go to. I bought a basketball for £5 and took it to a little local basketball court just to move around. I liked playing that as a kid. I haven't played it in over a decade, and it just felt good. I got my heart rate going, just any sort of exercise. It was different to going to the gym or anything I'd done, so just doing something different was great. Not only that, I was alone. This new decisions I'd meant I wasn't exposed to hundreds of people like I was before. And I was lonely, really was. And I just made a choice. I went out on the internet, looked at these meetups, and I suddenly went out to these different meditation classes. I went to a class, I've got one tomorrow, where you act as sort of an English native speaker for people who don't speak very good English, sort of like not tourists, but people living in the country, to learn English from. How strange is that? I'd never even heard of that before. So I go there and I talk to people. They speak to me in broken English, and I meet people from all over the world for free. What? That's mad. And then I started joining walking groups as well. I've only done 2 now, but in a week I've got one on Wednesday now, and I just meet people, like groups of 10 in one of them, and we walk around the parks. And I've suddenly met loads of strange people that I haven't met before, and I've started playing basketball, and I'm eating fruit and vegetables, and I started inventing my own juices. I couldn't be bothered to look up any menus for juices, so I just started bunging fruit and veg in to see what I could get, and I made some tasty things. Failure, misery, disappointment and pain is going to make you 100 times stronger than anything positive in your life. All the good things in your life are obviously good things, but you're going to grow and become so much stronger when you get through this bad time. I can tell you now, like, I feel almost indestructible. I had a bit of a lapse these couple of months, but then, like I said, I realised what was happening. I knew that there was hope, and I've started to sort myself out, and I'm already feeling better in the knowledge that I am sorting myself out. And I don't care how brilliant you are, how successful you are, how rich and how brilliant and beautiful and everything is in your life, things don't always stay the same. Things change. Horrible things happen all the time. Bad things happen, and you're going to have to deal with those. But when you do, you're going to get back to feeling better than you were before. That's just a no-brainer. You'll be as happy as you were, but after getting through that, you'll be 10 times better. I'm not saying it's guaranteed and there's easy magic and it's going to be an easy time. But if you get through that, you are going to feel good on a level you couldn't comprehend. Just thinking about it now, I've suddenly started realising I'm not dwelling on the bad thoughts. When I started now drinking these past couple of months and eating all the junk food and not working out, I was just dwelling on how rubbish everything was. And as soon as I started thinking, what can I do to make me feel better? Guess what? I started to feel better. And now, it's just saying feel better, and feeling good. I'm feeling good. I'm not feeling brilliant. Things aren't completely now sorted. I've still got a lot of things I've got to sort out. But I feel like I'm ready to take them on, and I know that I want the happiness I had before and I can get in the future, and I deserve it as well. Yeah. I'm nowhere near as bad as I was, but I was noticeably less content and happy with myself and my life than I was a few months ago. But that's what life is. It's up and down, and I'm glad I've got this beacon of hope, and I know what I can do to make myself feel better straight away. People, exercise, healthy food, simple things. Those 3 things alone, they got me out of bad times, and they've made me feel good when I had a little bit of a lapse, and cut out the booze as well. But anyway, life is about ups and downs. You're not going to feel good all the time. You're going to get bad things happen to you and around you. Don't let it drag you down too much. And even if it does drag you down, don't beat yourself up. That's a favourite of mine. If I hadn't have gone through my darkest time, I wouldn't be strong enough to deal with the very minor darker time that I've stumbled into now. My slight unhappiness that would normally have brought me down very mightily, I can now sort of, hang on a minute, that's not how I want to feel at all. I want to feel like this. What can I do to feel like this and make my life go this way, rather than festering over here and getting sour and horrible? From the experiences I've had, I can know that. I can know that I can feel good again, and I will feel good again. If things are going well for you, don't worry about things eventually going wrong or things not working. Inevitably, it's probably going to happen, but be present and live in the moment and enjoy yourself when things are going well and you are having a good time. But when dark times do come along, know that eventually you can return to the good times. And it can move slowly and it can move quickly. You can be really, really down and suddenly go really, really up, and you could also be really up and go really, really down very quickly. Sometimes it can be very, very slow. So don't expect anything overnight, but then also don't get disheartened and think, oh, it's going to be years. There's no time scale and there's no pressure, there's no deadline to how you're feeling at all. Even though I wish it'd be great if we could feel good all the time and still appreciate all the good. But that's just not, unfortunately, how the world is. It goes up and it goes down, then it goes up again. Then it might go down a little bit, and then really far up, and then quite far down, and then up a little bit, and then up a little bit, then up a little bit, then down a little bit, and it will keep doing that for as long as we all live. This isn't a how-to or a really very helpful video. It's more just commenting on the fact that there are ups and downs, and it's reaffirming to myself that I'm allowed to have ups and downs. You're allowed to have ups and downs. We all are allowed and entitled and meant to have ups and downs. Have an awesome time, guys. Look after yourselves. Take care. Have lots of ups. Let's get out of the downs. And B-Rad.